furious is the same as the spring of starry springs silver, while the furious nature of it relates to the torrent above. Line 12, throwing caps up, beings charged to the child. Throwing caps up, the spring's wet weather tosses off people's hats, but also being spring, new flowers pop up, eternal, later, with their hats as blooms, which are thrown up. The beings are angels who are charged to the child, meaning, that child, baby Hawaii, is the destination for the angels at which they stay. Line 13, evening is all to our ancient river sisters. The evening here is the night's night, while ancient goes with ancient from later, and the river, with she rivers of an eternal wacko business. Sisters match with the line, that's a wrap of spices for the daughter. Line 14, hued heart hated as our fear of blisters. The hued heart's the crimson heart's beauty it hath, later, while the fear of blisters is from all of that walking on the sandy floor of the shore, or beach. Angel ora tifarito with me. The Invention of Unsurpassability. From Hawaiian Sonnets and Other Poems. Sonnet 11, with commentary. My reason's glassy yesterday is less in glory. My morning dish, the notes are a tired dance. Shield the glory matchman crossing prance. Flag time my poor hoof's sin story. On the cliffs by my team, twice stranded, play-doh. Worst being down a well seeing two cherries. Branching up poem rising when he buries. Cope, search for salt, of silver plates no. We hills of worlds one and the sky, prayer care. Despairers yelling patience, at a wall of fuzz. Crushing up the things, death, moon, king buzz. Of the falling cycles at much money all stare. On shore, a crane with her necklace eyes. The kind gifts widen as the brave one cries. Line 1, my reason's glassy yesterday is less in glory, here reason goes with words, reasons, chanted jolly, later on. The glassy yesterday is less in glory than today, than now for blocked me who is at the stage in his life of accepting his limits of writing for the unlimitedness of learning from that book, Hawaiian Sonnets and Other Poems. Line 2, my morning dish, the notes are a tired dance, the morning dish is the dawn of the rosy apprehension. The dish is the butter bread, while the notes from the starry notebook become a tired dance, being that blocked me is tired eventually of trying to usurp Hawaiian Sonnets' originality. Line 3, shield the glory matchman crossing prance. The action of shielding has to do with the wall of light which has a glory from baby Hawaii. The matchmen can be seen as those calf destroyers who crawl roasted in the prior sonnet, crawling as a crossing of the field on fire. Prancing indicates a dance as in the previous line. Line 4, flag time my poor hoof's sin story, this line has blocked me as one of those calves, one with a hoof whose sin story is the transgression of trying to overthrow a good thing after writing it, Hawaiian Sonnets. The flag time is the at times banal books branching no more tense we saw previously. Line 5, on the cliffs, by my team, twice stranded, play-doh. The cliffs are peary peaks from which blocked me falls, see a later sonnet. The team of angels strand him twice, once in commitment to the sacrifice of his imagination when composing Hawaiian Sonnets as Free Me, and then afterward they block him by that very poem he just wrote from outdoing it. Play-doh is the butterbread hacked we saw earlier. Line 6, worst being down a well seeing two cherries, the worst is that fall which is also a wrestler's fall, as Jacob, in the line, to an end without questions worst and I, later. The seeing equals the heavenly sight earlier and the two cherries relate to the phony berries. Line 7, branching up poem rising when he buries. This line describes the effort and success of giving up a smaller prize, of writing, for a larger one, of knowledge by reading the poems in Hawaiian Sonnets. It takes a rising which is opposite yet at the same time of his imaginative death when it buries his imagination as in the earlier sonnet, bore a hole to China for your cherries. Line 8, cope, search for salt, of silver plates no. To cope is to accept his limits. The salt is allied to the phrase, that's a wrap of spices. The silver plates are like collection plates, plates which we will see in a later sonnet, plate of flames, of pears on a golden border. Line 9, we hills of worlds one and the sky, prayer care, the hills are those of the Drake's Leaves hilly red night where the worlds, which are all in power, later, are one as in the line, the serpent parents therefore win the day. The sky is that end sky, and the prayer care reverses the concept of the vacant prayer, or a no-care prayer. Line 10, despairers yelling patience, at a wall of fuzz. The despairers are those deceivers of wipe deceivers grey and get emeth, while they yell patience, which is matched with the line, indeed babies devastate and shout at fools. The wall of fuzz is like the wall of light we saw, but in this case it is the cloud cover of the sky. Line 11, crushing up the things, death, moon, king buzz. The idea of crushing things is to eliminate things of the world, which is a poor sleepy thing at the time of death, or at night. Being blocked me is to know white death, of answer B during night's night. The king buzz is related to the kingfisher again, and also the white bees, later. Line 12, of the falling cycles at much money all stare, those cycles are the cycles of that moon, while much money relates to the pennies in chests. Line 13, on shore, a crane with her necklace eyes. This is the mother shore from before, where now a crane like the kingfisher abides with necklace, or starry eyes. Line 14, the kind gifts widen as the brave one cries. The gifts of Hawaiian sonnets are the reward for blocked me who weeps sadly to have given up so much for them. Blocked me is a brave one which relates to none briefly brave thy French bred smile, and within one war, of later. Angel Perrick with me. The Invention of Unsurpassability. From Hawaiian Sonnets and Other Poems. Sonnet 12, with commentary. The shells pulled away all sighing kiss us. The phone is calling up our woman ladies psychic. Cached against phonographs, rising, like it. Fall-time boarders and the horses miss us. Rude doors shut for a goblin, so why? No a crooked flying strike, bow a splitting. For jewelry dig, work, a mind spitting. Eyelashes grave, no one wishes to die. In robotic wars of all things made crowded. As the origin stops wanting wealth of the snake. No interest they have, final bawling hope, shake. Destroy, break up outrageous tales dead. Go shout, celebrate, aid our pain, make mild. The exit and white voices stupidly wild. Line 1, the shells pulled away all sighing kiss us. The shells are those visionary airy shells of the lawn being my name for the shore of the sea. They pulled away like holy fools pull this gold, holy is a pun on having holes, and the gold is the sand, being that the waves pull away leaving the shells on the sand. They sigh like baby Hawaii, who sighs a wall of light. The shells sigh to be kissed by the waves, as in brewing loaves to steal a kiss, you monster. Line 2, the phone is calling up our woman ladies psychic. Later in Hawaiian sonnet is the phrase Paradise's woman, meaning Eve. Here, the ladies are the same as those in the line later, a flood of flowers found by ladies. The phone will relate to phony berries as well as the phonograph in the next line. The calling is in the same sense of call me forgetful, dish blind out, later. The ladies are psychic or spiritually gifted, that is they are angels. Line 3, cached against phonographs, rising, like it. The cash relates to Claudius banishes the world all cash, later on, while the rising, like it means that blocked me will like rising above his sad desire to overcome free me. The against phonographs relates to the phrase later, bad music die. Line 4, fall-time boarders, and the horses miss us. The fall-time borders are those edges as on the plate of flames on a golden border, the gold represents the harvest of autumn. The horses are as those from the line look at the horse's eyes, later. They miss us in the sense of being a component of Hawaiian sonnets to which blocked me must return. Line 5, rude doors shut for a goblin, so why? The rude doors is that blocking effect as free me made it so that blocked me would be repressed, being himself goblin-like when he tried to imitate the originality of free me in these Hawaiian sonnets. The goblin matches with here the goblins. Later. The question, why is posed, but in the end is the understanding that to an end without questions worsten to worsten is to wrestle. Line 6, no a crooked flying strike, bow a splitting. This brings up the idea of in Sonnet 1, no white death, the whiteness is the blank in the center of a target. A crooked flying strike is a hit by an arrow which matches with a line later, mystical is all charity / how to aim the arrow up into the sky. The bow splits down the center when pulled as the ends come closer together. But also the bow here is the crooked flying rainbow from earlier, of colored earth glory, a sign for the covenant. Line 7, for jewelry dig, work, a mine spitting. This line is the lost line which has been restored here. The jewelry relates to those jewels on vessels felt, later, while the dig relates to the phrase bore a hole to China. The mind is from the line mind dunce we saw earlier, and the spitting is related to the area's incident spits forward, later. Line 8, eyelashes grave, no one wishes to die. To die here means both from an arrow as well as another Noah's flood, which ended the population of the world except Noah and his family. The eyelashes grave refer to mascara, to makeup, but also the grave here projects to the line, the ode that splits the grave. Line 9, in robotic wars of all things made crowded. The robotic wars represent every war of the line, I wore the Monday road, later. All things made crowded match the line, Claudius banishes the world all cash. Line 10, as the origin stops wanting wealth of the snake. The origin is Hawaiian Sonnets, the book, for blocked me, which has stopped or blocked him from writing better. The wanting is the desire of no desire blows while the wealth is the world all cash. The snake is that rainbow even to blocked me, as if a pot of gold cash was at its bottom. But snake will also refer later to the serpent parents. Line 11, no interest they have, final bawling hope, shake. No interest as said matches no desire blows and the final bawling hope is that sun gift 10, a sunset. Line 12, destroy, break up outrageous tales dead. The destroy and the break up both match with the phrase later of destroyed by old traitors and new lives. The outrageous tales are those which interrelate the parts to the whole in Hawaiian Sonnets, its book of ice. However, blocked me cannot give up Hawaiian Sonnets though he will never surpass it. Line 13, go shout, celebrate, aid our pain, make mild. The phrase go shout is the pairing of indeed babies devastate and shout at fools. The celebration is the return of help, spiritual guidance, by blocked me's angels, while they aid his pain, where the pain stems from the matter pain tower and the pain gleam beam of Hawaiian Sonnets. The angels help him make mild him in his repression. Line 14, the exit and white voices stupidly wild. The exit is opposed to the phrase, enter, shoot leaves, take thanks vestial, a little later. The white voices are those of the waves crashing along the shore, making white sea foam, no white death, of answer B. The voices are stupidly wild because of the intelligent frolicsome hurricane of the book, Hawaiian Sonnets, which from above disrupts them into a repressed stupidity, which is the same as blocked me in the aftermath of writing Hawaiian Sonnets and other poems when he was free me. Angel Diana with me. The Invention of Unsurpassability. From Hawaiian Sonnets and other poems. Sonnet 13, with commentary. Whether the water you pale drift dog. Lion of God, famine birth, peanuts shun. Tory sun dish of a virgin gum 1. Only Wilbus tales give rest to the fog. Gumdrop I am a ear, paradise's woman. Gum speeds to her cookies cloven marble king. Caught God moaning poor, gold to bring. Critics complain slung against the pen. Church rabbit roots cheek a turbid odor. Of a blood narcissus cycus and stars and zooks. Mars being certain gives birth to the flukes. Plate of flames, of pears on a golden border. Gum speed the water pith heart of a looker. Olam speeds the look of a stony booker. Line 1, whether the water you pale drift dog, the weather is a commanding verb to cope with as in cope, search for salt. The water reflects the water of den of water, later. The pale drift dog matches pale wanderers, stark victors, China drifts to myself, H.A.N. dogs of a disobedient knee. Line 2, Lion of God, famine birth, peanuts shun. The Lion of God is the meaning of the name Ariel in Ariel lulls. The famine birth goes with the line, of mirror born for a heart gulp jolt which we have seen already. And peanuts shun matches with the phrase nut not. Line 3, Tory sun dish of a virgin gum 1. The Tory is opposite the wishy wig. Later, as the sun reflects the sun gift 10 and the notes are a tired dish go with dish here. The virgin gum 1 matches the gum 1 bag and make it check seen earlier. Line 4, only Wilbus tales give rest to the fog. This is a central theme of the story of Hawaiian Sonnets of compensation by reading them after the loss of trying to outwrite them, Wilbur being free me. To give rest both acts as a producer and a destroyer statement, that the fog, or blocking of blocked me, is both produced for him, and taken away for him. Line 5, Gumdrop I am a ear, Paradise's woman, Gumdrop matches a virgin gum 1 the virgin being Eve or Paradise's woman when she was in Eden. Line 6, Gum speeds to her cookies cloven marble king. What speeds is matched by speed the water pith heart of a looker which comes at the end of this sonnet. The cookies relate to divine gummy odor on the knife of a cook. And cloven matches with my poor hoof sin story. Marble goes with marbled life teenaged, shatter while king represents the kingfisher. Line 7, Caught God moaning poor gold to bring caught relates to catch enough, harbor love, later, while God is the God of God's storm. The moaning poor match with idle drunks rich in feelings, loving the leaps of their blessings in idiotic sparks as the songs are sung somewhere in a concert hall. Gold to bring is like that of the plate of flames, of pears on a golden border. Line 8, Critics complain slung against the pan. The critics who complain match the line with despairers yelling patience, at a wall of fuzz. The pan is what brings the gold. Line 9, Church rabbit roots cheek a turbid odor. The church here reflects the ugly domes which rise to reign anew. The rabbit goes with fight the rabbit, mother, later, while cheek matches stuffed cheeks stimuli. The turbid odor goes with divine gummy odor on the knife of a cook. Line 10, of a blood narcissus cycus and stars and zooks. Blood is the match with that sad sky in a blood detention, and the flower, narcissus cycus goes with Sue, I with the root of a flower note. The stars and zooks go with Hagar star, who zooks, har runs away. Line 11, Mars being certain gives birth to the flukes. Mars is the god of war from classical Greek mythology, and he gives birth like Hagar, whose child Hawaiian sonnets and other poems here, Isaac, was seen as a fluke by Sarah, Abraham's wife. Line 12, Plate of flames, of pears on a golden border, the plate of flames matches Tori's sun dish while the pears are what Benji eats, eating pears of the journey. The golden border is the end award kingdom, of the book. Line 13, Gum speeds the water pith heart of a looker. The gum goes with gum 1 bag while speeds with a fish, alienated, speeding in the sea, the water here. The pith matches vanity's pit while heart of a looker is the hellish valentine of a coming sonnet. Line 14, Olam speeds the look of a stony booker. The Olam goes with the march given grey, of forever, later. And the stony booker refers to the weed lord, a marbled life teenaged, shatter as well as the book of ice, myself self-readings, later. Angel honey with me. The invention of unsurpassability. From Hawaiian sonnets and other poems. Sonnet 14, with commentary. Power road, stumbles and ish flattered. Stuffed cheeks stimuli, bright boys in dusk. Moth sweet, lonely sun, stupid musk. Oh, Peter, feminine, deepening, tattered. Of interpretive dallies none are blind. A fowl is Peter, and a watering, Billy. Sigh, hair blank, lost, wait again, silly. See 2 will so again so find. Gum 1 lady fish, forbid my ray. Creep annihilation Davarim in honey. Of the month's beholding feet, you're so funny. Our London chop and weather loved, we will stay. What more branches drop of the fisherman? When silver despair drops not feats to ban. Line 1, Power road, stumbles and ish flattered. The power here matches with the line, portable hug paradigm, all in power. The road works with the line, the road birth to be used by deer. And stumbles relates to the line, with tumbling carrion and justice cruel, while an ish flattered matches with ish ring dough, and you know it also do away with killing matter. Line 2, Stuffed cheeks stimuli, bright boys in dusk. The stuffed cheeks go along with the line, church rabbit roots cheek a turbid odor, as well as the gum, stuff, 1 bag and make it check. Stimuli matches with the phrase, and again I fancy stimuli, since blocked me returns to study with satisfaction Hawaiian sonnets. Bright boys in dusk are those stars of the night sky, of a blood narcissus cycus and stars and zooks. Line 3, Moth sweet, lonely sun, stupid musk. Because Hagar star, abandoned her son, Isaac for a while before God told her to return with him to Sarah and Abraham, Isaac is considered here as a lonely son. The moth relates to the mind moth of later, while its sweetness can be considered with candy-minded elf of later too. The stupid musk relates both to stupid duck and the rose, musk rose, in the concept of a rosy apprehension of the lonely sunset. Line 4, Oh, Peter, feminine, deepening, tattered. Peter is a fowl later in this poem, a feminine fowl, like a duck not a drake. What is deepening, tattered is the sun of the sunset. Line 5, Of interpretive dallies none are blind. This line represents the potential future hope in recovering from being blocked from blocked me's reading, but not his new writing. The blind relates to dish blind out while the dallies relate to dally somewhere muse. Line 6, A fowl is Peter, and a watering, Billy. The watering here may be understood as a symbolic watering of the tattered, as if reading and interpretation could tend to the plants growing in Billy's, blocked me's, mind's own garden. Line 7, Sigh, hair blank, lost, wait again, silly. The hair is represented in those golden notes of the line later, the notes are sweet, ahh, and golden-haired. The sigh is as baby Hawaii sighs a wall of light. Lost relates to lost a pair and a peaceful few, while Billy, must wait again when he is blocked me before Hawaiian sonnets is found. Line 8, See two will so again so find. This line means that the sea pathway back to Hawaii, Hawaiian sonnets, will be recovered, or found as in the line, the flood of flowers found by ladies, later. Line 9, Gum one lady fish, forbid my ray. The gum one lady fish represents catching a fish as in the line, gum one bag and make it check. The lady of here is needed to forbid my ray, which means it is free me writing this asking the lady, Hawaiian sonnets, to block himself as blocked me in the future from ever writing that way again, forbid my ray. This line will as a whole relate later to the line, scholar tell them nutting caught. Line 10, Creep annihilation Davarim in honey. Honey creeps, it is a slow annihilation of the imagination which Hawaiian sonnets will do to blocked me, because over time and many attempts at trying to write the way he did as free me, he will accept he cannot produce Davarim, Hebrew for words, like that again. The Davarim also relates to the Davarim bird yield to thy wandering, of later. Line 11, Of the months beholding feet, you're so funny. Here funny relates to the silly above, while months goes with months celebrate a year, later, and feet is paired with marine feet will not ever tower far. The marine feet are the feet of mermaids who cannot walk on the land, symbolic for blocked me in his own being blocked. Line 12, Of our London chop and weather loved, we will stay. Since blocked me is chopped from writing that way again, but still loves the weather of Hawaii, Hawaiian sonnets, he will learn to keep with it, like Hagerstar with her own child. The love goes with love is a dealer's fee owed by you. London represents that idea. London Bridge is falling down as if it was chopped down figuratively. Line 13, What more branches drop of the fisherman. London Bridge dropping, it is as if a bridge, like a fishing pole is being dropped in the water, so the whole meaning of the verse is a question which asks how much more fishing is needed to produce a catch, the goal of Hawaiian sonnets. Line 14, When silver despair drops not feats to ban. The silver despair is that of the flower in break sound, the barrier, in a silver flower, as if the flower is being picked. Feats is a pun on feet above, while the ban is the same as being blocked. This line is stating that if free me while writing Hawaiian sonnets and other poems cannot produce a sacrifice of himself, a feat, to change into blocked me, then the poem will never be understood. Angel honey with me. The Invention of Unsurpassability. From Hawaiian Sonnets and Other Poems. Sonnet 15, with commentary. With tumbling carrion, and with justice cruel. Twice against forgotten Dr. deflowered Aurora. Swaggering flowers destruct, any aura. Great still milk, invisible gruel. Play thou. With daffodils, angel bones. Brewing loaves to steal a kiss, you monster. Spring bubble in the wind leeward, brrr. Rant, I vocabulary's master loans. The ode that splits the grave where we stay. Ehu, Richard Rorty, 20 Scholars, Dude 5. Beauty learns popularity of a thoroughfare jive. Farewell flood yellow, ancient A. Price and veil, unheeded death cranny. Deflowered odor of the beaching Danae. Line 1, with tumbling carrion, and with justice cruel. The tumbling refers to rolling as in the line, roll Kabbalah, sadden the spaces. The carrion matches with King Buzz, as in King Buzzard. The justice goes with green justice, the grass of the spring, while cruel matches with the problem blocked me had, since it feels cruel to lose power, but has a compensation in the gain of a return to Hawaiian sonnets as a deep reader. Line 2, twice against forgotten Dr. Deflowered Aurora. The twice here reflects trust twice Benji, he is awesome. What is forgotten is as in the line, lost a pair and a peaceful few. The doctor relates to the nurse of nurse, I whither went and sparked pristine, while deflowered goes further down this poem at the end, deflowered odor, and the aurora goes with mystical is all charity. How to aim the light up into the air. Line 3, swaggering flowers destruct, any aura. Swaggering is linked to breathe, swish, unstable swish, while flowers are like those in the line, of roses bitten. Destruct goes with calf destroyers who crawl roasted, and aura goes with the march given grey, of forever, of forever. Line 4, great still milk, invisible gruel. The great here is linked to so, the wife won, a great victory. The still milk refers to a lady's milking child. Later. Invisible goes with clear thy doors, later, while gruel connects to the line, doxy deceiving food. Line 5, play thou, with daffodils, angel bones. Play represents the phrase, to proofread play a, while daffodils go with the daffodil where? Damnation adieu. Angel goes with an angel prostrate, prone, while bones goes back to body bone candle. Line 6, brewing loaves to steal a kiss, you monster. Brewing is related here to soupy flood, while loaves connects to none briefly brave thy French bread smile. To steal a kiss relates to a pink-hearted gift left was stolen and lips tin. Line 7, spring bubble in the wind leeward, brrr. The spring goes with starry spring silver bewitch the dance which reflects the entire line as the wind must dance. Brrr is the cold of cold wind. Later. Line 8, rant, I vocabulary's master, master loans. Rant matches with critics complain slung against the pan, while vocabularies speaks of the Devarim or words of Devarim bird yield to thy wandering. The master of the loans is free me as in the line, master, look away. The loans connect with love is a dealer's fee owed by you. Line 9, the ode that splits the grave where we stay. The ode goes with poem branching which has split as in the line, me separated my poem into 3 beginnings which me genius chose. The ode is now the grave of blocked me and the angels with him, though they are actually not blocked like him, and the grave is allied to the phrase, the beasts are gravest, say, say, say. The stay is that of the line, brown sky undergrounds are happiness. Line 10, Ihu, Richard Rorty, 20 scholars, Dude 5. The Ihu is similar to the OOON ooze to a wall, OOO la la. Richard Rorty as an angel is blocked me's spiritual brother. He was an American pragmatist and hero of Billy's, blocked me's, before he died. 20 scholars is similar to 21 lawyers for good luck. The dude is like saying, actually dude that's more like 5. Line 11, beauty learns popularity of a thoroughfare jive. Beauty goes with the heavenly sight. Learns matches education kingfish, away my few. Popularity goes with you know it all, while the thoroughfare jive is as the bewitch the dance of another sonnet. Line 12, farewell flood yellow, ancient A. Farewell is as in the line, traveller adieu. The flood yellow is as the flood of flowers found by ladies. Ancient A goes with to proofread play A and ancient river sisters. Line 13, price and veil, unheeded death cranny. Price relates to the price blocked me pays for abandoning his/her child as Hagar star, a temporary abandonment, while veil is to be strong and suffer the going back to Sarah and Abraham. Unheeded is the child in its abandonment until God asks her to come back to it in the story of Genesis in the Bible. A death cranny was that spot where Hagar star, left Isaac, or the book Hawaiian Sonnets and other poems, in our system here. Line 14, deflowered odor of the beaching Danae. The beaching Danae are sea nymphs, like mermaids, or nereids. The odor relates to divine gummy odor on the knife of a cook. Deflowered relates to the line, go back, get a sprig by the jam, door ham, dot. Angel Shnuna with me. The Invention of Unsurpassability. From Hawaiian Sonnets and Other Poems. Sonnet 16, with commentary. A slave, low Chinese nose Johnny Power tick. With floss unbearable, a debt season dares. Dive in Yankee, Damon, problem, cares. Jewish gnosis time makes you sick. Your task, rage forgive. The dancing manhawk. Shine for one, frothy, hairlight brine. Brooding gothic, big, one more sport time. Experiment shine with none against my chalk. Ancient A so pure to swallow without sex. Yisroel revenge. Stating bent day, man. Matter pain tower of the sun gift tan. Words spear, names weep, Emerson collects. Mind moth, fast saved, constantly drools. Indeed babies devastate and shout at fools. Line 1, a slave, low Chinese nose Johnny Power tick. Slave here is opposed to the master of the line, master, look away. Low Chinese nose with low in Hebrew meaning know all means that Johnny Power tick does not know Chinese. Chinese relates to the China in the line, bore a hole to China for your cherries, which means that it is a vain thing for blocked me, Johnny Power tick, to do since he does not know Chinese if he were to ever get there. Line 2, with floss unbearable, a debt season dares. The floss is as unbearable to blocked me as the debt which is as the line states, the debt too full to be anger free, free from anger at being in debt to Hawaiian sonnets. The season of debt goes with the winter since Johnny Power tick, blocked me, is barren from producing any fruit of his own imagination, and that was the goal and success of Hawaiian sonnets strategy for him. Line 3, dive in Yankee, Damon, problem, cares. Dive relates here to feeding as in your good milking child. Yankee is a person from the northeast, as in the line, I hunt north, sick, jacket exquisite, and the line, rhino norward rainbow. Damon is the name for Andrew Marvel's mower mowing the grassy fields with his sickle. The problem matches with Spizalac solve again the love while cares is to care to solve that problem. Line 4, Jewish Gnostic time makes you sick. The meaning of this line is that Free Me was a knower, a Jewish Gnostic, and because blocked me cannot figure out how he did it, how Free Me wrote Hawaiian sonnets so as to copy their originality, he is sick, I hunt north, sick, jacket exquisite. The time here pairs with times banal books branching no more tense. Line 5, your task, rage forgive. The dancing manhawk. Blocked me must forgive the trick of Free Me's in Hawaiian sonnets to outdo blocked me, his already future self. The task relates to work as in work or lurk. The rage is paired with the debt too full to be anger free. And dancing goes with the line, with head dancing, farewell flowers. The manhawk relates to check me Thunderbird and bent day, man. Line 6, shine for one, frothy, hairlight brine. The shine here is the shine of light in the line, how to aim the light up into the air. The frothy is that ooze of the tide, ooze to a wall, oh 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 la la. The hairlight is the same as the hair in the phrase, the notes are sweet, ahh, and golden-haired. The brine is on the shore, mother shore fatherhood reigns. Line 7, brooding gothic, big, one more sport time. The brooding is a thinking as in the line, think, lay relinquished, awesome woven. The Gothic as big are like the ugly domes which reign to rise anew. The sport time goes with the line, sport air to ash and ash to air, as well as times banal books those blocked me is attempting to write. Line 8, experiment, shine, with none against my chalk. The experiment is of that shine of the shine made the burn farther out grow dimmer, later, dot. The against is the fight of blocked me, twice against forgotten Dr. Deflowered Aurora. The chalk is a symbol for writing in the line, pen more, little hayam. Line 9, ancient A so pure to swallow without sex. The ancient A is that of the proofread play A by Cursed Cupid, Free Me, and the ancient river sisters, angels, dot. The pure relates to clear as in clear thy doors while swallow without sex is as in the line, your good milking child. Line 10, Yisroel revenge. Stating bent day, man. Yisroel, God goes to war, the name given to Jacob after neither Angel nor Jacob could win in the wrestling match they had, goes with plop, uncircumcised, go Yisroel. Revenge goes with the line, instruct revenge for an angel's death. Stating works with say as in the line, say one, dear, it's no secret. And bent day, man pairs with the day bending into night, with bend related to a bow like a rainbow in the line, crooked bow a splitting while day, man goes with the pun daemon from earlier. Line 11, matter pain tower of the sun gift 10. Matter pain pairs with keter matter falls our feelings uphill, like an ascent into a tower. The sun is as the sun ringed, checking thou patient splendor while its gift of 10, light, relates to the baby Hawaii size a wall of light. Line 12, words spear, names weep, Emerson collects. Words are devarim, words in Hebrew, which go with the line, creep annihilation devarim in honey. They fly out like a spear and these names weep meaning they have sad feelings as in the line, the sad sky in a blood detention which Emerson collects being that Emerson's own words have the power to move and be persuasive, like Hawaiian sonnets to blocked me. Line 13, mind moth, fast saved, constantly drools. The mind moth relates to the line, moth sweet and fast saved pairs with to home, speeding in the CAC which constantly drools, as if it were a baby weeping on your arms, on the curtains, later. Line 14, indeed babies devastate and shout at fools. The babies relate to the milking child or think of the children's monuments. Devastate here pairs with calf roasters who crawl destroyed and shout at fools goes with idle drunks rich in feelings, loving the leaps of their blessings in idiotic sparks. Angel Kelly with me. The Invention of Unsurpassability. From Hawaiian Sonnets and Other Poems. Sonnet 17, with commentary. A potential divinare, the snakes are many. A fullness of recollections of existence tipped. Fails of poets lost, poor, worshipped. See sensations, pain gleam beam, any? God truly deals characters, Alf et Beth. Pass his repulsive bad ceramic, I had wished. Stage always power, have a danger fished. Instruct revenge for an angel's death. An idiotic pass-by of the formal days. Paradise each love to celebrate honor. The actual, shifty monarch against a gunner. To this childhood begins, go hear the ways. The leaves alone, holy fools pull this gold. Sparkle golem, for her coat, vanity is told. Line 1, a potential divinare, the snakes are many. Blocked me thinks that he can write again as when he used to be free me, but this is not going to happen. Potential represents his hope as in the claim of a hopeful self all-star. The divinare means divineness which is paired with the phrase, Miltonic poethood soon. The many snakes go with the line, the serpent parents therefore win the day. Line 2, a fullness of recollections of existence tipped. The fullness is as the flood of flowers found by ladies. Recollections relates to Emerson collects while existence tipped represents the being of blocked me now blocked from being his former self, free me. The being is tipped as in tipped over or falling over as in the line, fall time borders and the horses miss us. Line 3, fails of poets lost, poor, worshipped. The fails part here is the failure of blocked me to compose the way he did as free me when he was him writing Hawaiian sonnets. Thus, blocked me is now a failed poet and lost which relates to free me's Miltonic poethood as well as lost a pair and a peaceful few. Many poets are poor and worshipped in their wisdom, either or. Line 4, see sensations, pain beam gleam, any. The sea matches with sea so again so we'll find line, while sensations is to weather the water. A pain gleam beam is matched with matter pain tower as that wall of light which baby Hawaii, the book, Hawaiian Sonnets, size. Line 5, God truly deals characters, Alf et Beth. God is the God of God's storm, pass by dear. The truly deals relates to the truth beyond a lordship's fire and the letters of the alphabet, starting with Alf and, et, Beth. Line 6, pass his repulsive bad ceramic, I had wished. This pass relates to the phrase, God's storm, pass by dear, and the repulsive bad ceramic is similar to the look at the badness, check me Thunderbird, as well as the ceramic of her big pot, ha. The wished here goes with Wishboy Patroclus. Line 7, stage always power, have a danger fished. The stage relates to race over dirty stages, and the power relates to power road stumbles and ish flattered. The danger fished is the idea that fishing for a poetry beyond the sort of Hawaiian sonnets which is blocked me is dangerous or fishy as in fishy money, much ado. Line 8, instruct revenge for an angel's death. The angel never died, but blocked me. Being blocked cannot understand that. Therefore, his jealous revenge against Hawaiian sonnets is to try and copy its originality, or to imitate it, which as we know, he fails at that. Instruct goes with learn the idle pillow pain. And revenge with Yisroel revenge. Stating, bent day, man. And death connects to crushing up the moon, death, King Buzz. Line 9, an idiotic pass-by of the formal days. The idiotic matches with idle drunks loving the leaps of their blessings in idiotic sparks. And pass-by goes with pass the late worm, a smug life / pass the bloody wine today, the rain leaves us. The formal days phrase goes with bent day, man, and the Shiba mayonnaise on a shape. Now let's which blocked me thinks of as those days when he was free to write his best, when he was free me. Line 10, paradise each love to celebrate honor. Paradise here is a verb meaning to put into paradise, whereas love is as any person's love, or the love for which blocked me has, by design of free me, fallen in love with that book, Hawaiian sonnets, and other poems. Celebrate goes with celebrate a day, while honor refers later to the phrase, one vessel God honors may be known to be you, son. Line 11, the actual, shifty monarch against a gunner. Actual relates to act, a horny flight and wild messages, while shifty monarch is a match with the line, whether the water you pale drift dog, as well as swore Achilles king, wise not to be. The gunner is hopeless or in despair, as in the phrase, despairers yelling patience, at a wall of fuzz. Line 12, to this childhood begins, go hear the ways. The childhood is related to the line, parent groundhog it, as well as think of the children's monuments. The begins goes with and I separated my poem into 3 beginnings which me genius chose. The go here relates to love a list, listening, and ways goes with the line, dart all the ways your hope by night. Line 13, the leaves alone, holy fools pull this gold. The leaves work with the phrase, slinging lady leaves, while alone goes with the lonely sun. Holy fools are the leaves of fall, which change into gold and are pulled down and off the trees. The gold here is matched with the line, golden mold. Line 14, sparkle golem, for her coat, vanity is told. The sparkle here matches with loving the leaps of their blessings in idiotic sparks, while golem matches with those robotic wars of all things made crowded. The coat here is that of the tree, with its shining leaves, which is a coat related to the jacket exquisite, later. Vanity is told goes with the line, mask the solutions of a vain will, making the act of telling, one sort of solution. Angel Penelope with me. The Invention of Unsurpassability. Interlude. Now that we are at this point with our commentary halfway through the sonnets section of Hawaiian sonnets and other poems, I wish to go deeper into the power of the purpose of the book. Blocked me, as we have understood, is being blocked by the very book he wrote when he was free me, that book of Hawaiian sonnets and other poems. So far I have been studying in my comments the interrelations between connected phrases and metaphors so as to strengthen the story and its meaning of the book. I have reached the point where enough has been set as a foundation for the proof of interrelatedness of the sonnets as for the overall narrative, but now I wish to prove their strength. To do this I will be comparing ordinary phrases of other common sayings with those of Hawaiian sonnets to prove their strength by means of the imaginative vision of the mind at work. Therefore, I will extend my study throughout this book to include proof of the strength of the phrases as well as the interconnectivity between them. With both of these tasks, I shall demonstrate the rhetorical power Hawaiian sonnets and other poems has over blocked me, and further show why it debilitates him, rendering him powerless to imitate his former self. Free me, author of Hawaiian sonnets. Angel Jennifer with me. The Invention of Unsurpassability. From Hawaiian sonnets and other poems. Sonnet 18, with commentary. Enter, shoot leaves, take thanks vestial. Chowder a glare past the forced angel's womb. No. Peacock anything, a wife's for whom? Touch hands for players celestial. Man thereabouts, work fury while all stall. She rivers of an eternal wacko bus. Sir, celebrate the river blue poured by us. Worldwide good morning raises sup of the ball. They, man, machine cloud, blast a wish. Project a drama, sand clouded stranger. From prison going, sweet dream arranger. Now redemption palace clean, demanding fish. Mood doing sound waters afterward. heart birth, flap doodle, or lightning words. Line 1, enter, shoot leaves, take thanks vestial. As mentioned, the stronger phrases, and laws for future diction poetically for blocked me, will be now proved. A weaker saying, to begin, is the common, the entrance of the building, enter at the door, dot. The stronger is enter, shoot leaves, which is more correct imaginatively as well as conceptually because the shoot of the leaves are the leaves just beginning to sprout as shoots in the spring which will shoot off when the fall arrives. The meaning, is to enter with leaves, a contradiction, but a strong contradiction because of the contrast between enter and leave, exit, dot. Therefore the pun proves the phrase's strength in this case as a shoot for say a gun leaves the barrel quickly, just as the spring arrives and proceeds quickly to the fall. Now for the leaves as leaves of a tree. Instead of leaves falling, which is the weaker, the stronger correction is to say shoot leaves, which refers to both their structure, as sprouts, and their hastening outwards and downwards. The rain leaves us. The slinging lady leaves. Next, take thanks is stronger than the common thanksgiving or give thanks because to be on the receiving end is naturally stronger. The vestial relates to the virgin gum 1, later. Line 2, chowder a glare past the forced angel's womb. I will start with the word force. The common and therefore weaker force of nature contrasts with forced, womb, stronger, because of the effect of the womb which can be rewombed, I tell love a list. Instead of nature which goes with thou as in nature thou cannot be forced nor a force because it is reserved for people who are not angels yet. The angel has a womb here, which is the proper understanding for the pregnant mother as angel. If we say, Mother Nature wrongly, we should think instead of angel as the mother not nature, since nature is opposite a woman, who has a womb. A mother poet tells me, no, next, chowder, a glare past is stronger than the past, present and future, which many use as a phrase. The past goes better with glare, not with present and future because of this line, pass the late worm, later, being that late here is both drink and the lateness which is more poetical a connection with past, since the past is not as new and fresh as now, it is therefore a late. The chowder represents the invisible gruel we saw earlier. Line 3, no. Peacock anything, a wife's for whom. Weaker, man and wife, stronger wife with whom. Look at our phrase here later, so, the wife won, this demonstrates that wife is related to winning not man, and to win is closer in the imagination to for whom, because when you are victorious people always want to know who you are. Peacock matches with peacocks pounding while anything matches with poor sleepy thing. Line 4, touch hands for players celestial. The weaker phrase clap hands is revised by touch hands, making clap no longer appropriate to use with hands, just a touch of them is best. Next, the weaker, football players, soccer players contrast to the stronger players celestial, therefore it is not football jocks who authentically play, but the celestials, meaning the angels. Line 5, man thereabouts, work fury while all stall. Man must not be so weak as to be now though of as man at work, but man thereabouts is the stronger, being that man is around places. Next, work fury which will stall proves that man is not at work, since all stall. I am furious is a weaker phrase, some say because I am is not work, the mistake is in the category. All aboard is a weaker phrase, since all stall instead, to stall is not to board a boat, since stalling does not potentially take anybody anywhere. Line 6, she rivers of an eternal wacko bus. Rivers here matches with ancient river sisters. Some commonly say from here to eternity, which is weaker than conceiving eternity not as a destination but as the vehicle which is that destination itself, the eternal bus. Wacko here is used like fun, as in school blue fun. Line 7, sir, celebrate the river blue poured by us. The common celebrate with wine is weaker than celebrating the river blue, since water, the water of a river, is more poetical. Poor matches with poor in the line, poor sleepy thing. Line 8, worldwide good morning raises sup of the ball, to say good morning, wife, for example, is weaker than to say it to the wide world, if you have that strength, like the sun which raises its ball. Line 9, they, man, machine cloud, blast a wish. They and man go better with each other than man at work, because it is stronger to think of people as a team than as just doing what they do on their own, a job. Some people say storm cloud, but we revise this as machine cloud, which is proved stronger. But the phrase, sand clouded stranger, a cloud is a stranger, not a storm, which in our book here relates to God's storm, pass by dear. God is not a machine, not a cloud, a machine cloud is stronger, being that line here man, mechanical seaman shout relates more to a cloud shouting like a machine's noises, than naturally, neither man-made nor God, a storm's thunder. Line 10, project a drama, sand clouded stranger. Stay away from strangers is weaker diction than sand clouded stranger if the reader imagines the sand as something from which we do not wish to stay away, but instead, go to and project a drama towards, our drama to the seashore. Line 11, from prison going, sweet dream arranger. Blocked me is in a sort of prison house of language, put there by the diction of Free Me in his Hawaiian sonnets. Going to prison is weaker than getting out of it. A sweet treat is weaker than saying sweet dream arranger, which builds on sweet dreams which are not dreamed by the arranger but are the arrangements of the arranger. To arrange is stronger, more active, less passive than dreaming. Line 12, now redemption, palace clean, demanding fish. Now what? Is what some say, but it is stronger to think of now in terms of redemption than a weaker vulnerability. Next, the palace clean is stronger for the same reason than a clean house, since a palace is greater than a house. Let's go fishing is a weaker combination of words than demanding fish, because fishermen demand they catch and do something about it with a fishing pole or new, while to say let's go is not being there yet, on the sea. Fishy money. Much ado. Line 13, mood doing sound afterward. The mood doing is stronger than commanding do this now because of the line with do fishy money, much ado. The sound here relates to again the boundless thunder sounds end. A bad mood is a weaker phrase than saying mood doing for the same reason, the willfulness of a person to change things, to do their own moods. Line 14, heart birth, flap doodle, or lightning words. Streak of lightning is not as strong as the new lightning words of Hawaiian sonnets, blocked me is beginning to realize, since words go with creep annihilation davarim in honey, the davarim are words in Hebrew. A heart attack is weaker than a heart birth obviously. Flapdoodle relates to nonsense of the line, nonsense reality find. Angel grouchy with me. The Invention of Unsurpassability. From Hawaiian Sonnets and Other Poems. Sonnet 19, with commentary. The jester best love flowers, yes, and pop. They, yes, beauty bluebird's song is light. The slinging lady leaves, disobedient might. The spring's grassy hair comes quick to stop. The jonquil powerful, frozen, dim doors. The jonquil's painful heaven-stuffed tunes. How do feet drop down mother's wooden ruins? Only starlit lace may grow on the floors. To interpret news, gloom, farewell to her eyes. Not sending, not deafening, not withering lay. A practical time, months celebrate a day. A practical life, threaded sadly wise. A stinking rival's victory, read and fall. Cup song as the tide feels low the wall. Line 1, the jester best love flowers, yes, and pop, the jester goes with jest is in play thou with daffodils, angel bones. The best here matches with better in better, that's a rap of spices for the daughter. The love is matched with love is a dealer's fee owed by you. And, flowers goes with silver flower. Pop goes with roll call. Mother shore fatherhood reigns, which means the rolling tide makes its moan on the shore. Line 2, they, yes, beauty bluebird's song is light. The beauty goes with of beauty free, they are artistic chest. The bluebird goes with bird, bird yield to thy wandering, while song goes with singing in a concert hall. The light is from size a wall of light. Line 3, the slinging lady leaves, disobedient might. The slinging goes with the line, breathe, swish, unstable swish, master look away. The lady is that one in the line, perfect for a lady. The leaves are in the line, enter, shoot leaves, while disobedient matches with as they disobey the artful priest's chauffeur giddy. Line 4, the spring's grassy hair comes quick to stop. The spring is of the line, starry spring's silver bewitch the dance. The grassy hair is that of the green justice, while hair is hair light brine, sand, dot. The comes here matches with the rainbow and birds come. The quick to stop relates to at home, speeding in the sea, and the end award kingdom. Line 5, the jonquil powerful, frozen, dim doors, the jonquil goes with daffodils of a rain-snaked bike while powerful goes with power road stumbles and ish flattered. Frozen matches freeze, bitterly wide. And dim doors goes with Jack dims his selfhood in a brown painted parenthood and clear the doors. Line 6, the jonquil's painful heaven stuff tunes. The jonquil matches the daffodils, where the painful heaven goes best with thou lasting pains art meaningful within the night's madnesses and a heavenly sight. The stuffed tunes is a phrase which matches, the debt too full to be anger free, and the beauty bluebird's song is light. Line 7, how do feet drop down mother's wooden ruins? The feet here is a pair for shoes taken their visitors. The drop down relates to bore a hole to China for your cherries while mother's wooden ruins goes best with the mother poet tells me, no and cedar wood cut up and me date ruin me date, for all is assured. Line 8, only starlit lace may grow on the floors. The starlit lace matches Hager star and shoes taken their visitors while grow goes with shoot leaves while floors matches an angel prostrate, prone, dot. Line 9, to interpret news, gloom, farewell to her eyes. Interpret fits with of interpretive dallies none are blind, while news goes with mother, where's the t.v. The gloom here goes with the phrase, brooding Gothic. The farewell to her eyes matches traveler adieu and eyes red how from the west, free light. Line 10, not sending, not deafening, not withering lay. The sending is a match for g-bye, farewell net, fishy money, much ado. Deafening goes with indeed babies devastate and shout at fools while withering matches daffodils iced and closed up hurt, desiring sand, really suffering. Line 11, a practical time, months celebrate a day. Practical here goes with work or lurk while time with time's banal books. The months relate to winter pumpkins while celebrate a day matches with, party early, mention, and bent day, man. Line 12, a practical life, treaded sadly wise. The life here works with destroyed by old traders, and new lives. The threaded goes with string of time to my ears pin. The sadly wise goes with the sad sky in a blood detention and quenching wisdom. Line 13, a stinking rival's victory, read and fall, the stinking matches with mad true beggar stink love Diana. The rival here matches many rivals posted while victory with the serpent parents therefore win the day. The read and fall phrase goes with, book of ice, myself, self-readings and fall-time borders, and the horses miss us. Line 14, cup song as the tide feels low the wall. The cup relates to a bowl, a vacant prayer is what we need. The song relates to idle voices while the tide connects to roll call. Mother shore fatherhood reigns. And the low wall goes with, the dying breezes are lowered for a person and a wall of light. Angel honey with me. The Invention of Unsurpassability. From Hawaiian Sonnets and Other Poems. Sonnet 20, with commentary. The main is flooded, a shot, water. Think, lay relinquished, awesome, woven. An angel prostrate starring loaves cloven. The hell rivals gyrating thus caught her. Television victory, television no mo. The bell, the wind feelings not displeasing. Within one war, take care, the easing. The hooking with God, sunny you, flow so. Black pears in Makut, thy smoking yards. Crazed sunfish do artfully bother. The wise and eternal rays of some father. Made babies, mothering, 3 years chards. Mother, out, chrysanthemums taken hard. And, the area's incident spits forward. Line 1, the main is flooded, a shot, water. From now on blocked me to study the visionary reality of free me in these Hawaiian sonnets, he must treat the phrases as new and stronger rules. Therefore, Rule 1, a main is flooded from now on and forever, universally. This is because the sea, a main, appears to be flooded perpetually. Therefore, whenever blocked me thinks about or sees the sea, he will go back to this phrase and live out its strong visionary diction. Rule 2, water is best, from now on, drunk out of a shot glass. That is the suggested rule for supervisionary strength. Line 2, think, lay relinquished, awesome, woven. Rule 1, blocked me must now lay already at rest, relinquished not sleeping when he thinks but awake when thinking, while he must lay relinquished with thought. In other words, where he thinks matters. To be his best he must lay down prone to think while at the same time being refreshed from rest, relinquished. Rule 2, if blocked me is to be awesome he must combine it with a woven weaving.